Hey guys, I'm going to try to record a Zoom meeting so that I can practice and hopefully give you some video to help with the math space. So let's see how this goes. I'm looking at, we did this first one in class. All right, they're all the same. What you're going to do is you want to have, you're going to factor this trinomial. So you're going to use your X-man. All right, so I'm going to have, and you're going to multiply. The nice thing is all of them have A is 1 and C is whatever. So I'm going to multiply 1 times negative 45. So that would be negative 45. And then B is negative 12. All right, and then you're going to go into Desmos and I'll say, okay, I want y equals, and it would be negative 45. And I want, that gives me all the factors that multiply to be negative 45. And then I want them to add up to 12. I think it was negative 12, actually. Negative 12. All right, so when I do that, all right, and I look at where they intersect here, that gives me my magic numbers here are 3 and negative 15, or you can see this intersection, negative 15 and 3. All right, so negative 15 and 3 are my numbers that are going to add up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write this as y squared, right? The first one stays the same. And I've got minus 15x plus 3x. And then minus 45. All right, and then I'm going to divide out the common factors. So the greatest, and I'll use y. These are actually y's. Goes into y's. So my common factor here is a y. They both have a y. Here, I'm going to do the GCD of 3 and 45. So the GCD, you come down here, and that will be a function, miscellaneous, and GCD. And you just make a list of the numbers. So 3, 45. So my GCD is 3. So 3 goes into both of those. So now I'm going to divide those out. So the GCD comes in front. So that will be y times, and then I'm going to divide here. So y squared divided by y is y. And then I'm going to divide this guy. Negative 15y divided by y is minus 15. All right, and then over here, I'm going to put my GCD in front. So plus 3. And then now I'm going to divide. 3 divided by 3 is 1. So all that's left here is a y. And then divide negative 45 divided by 3 is going to be negative 15. Notice that these are going to be the same. All right, so now I've got a common factor of y minus 15. So that is going to be in front. Notice that's the one out here in front, y minus 15. So when I divide out that common factor, the other factor is going to be the y plus 3. All right, so y plus 3 is going to be my other factor. All right, because notice if you were to FOIL that, that would be y times y is y squared. Then I've got a plus 3 minus 15 is negative 12. And then negative 15 times 3 is negative 45. All right, and you're going to do the same. All of these are the same. All right, you're just factoring them. A is 1, so you multiply A times C. That goes in the top here. All right, this is A times C. So that would be 1 times negative 50, 150, so negative 150. And then I put my B in the bottom here. B is going to be 5. All right, so now I go to Desmos and I get the factors of 150. So put in 150, and then I want them to add up to be 5. Oh, negative 150. There we go. So that would be where the intersection there is negative 10 and 15 are my magic numbers. All right, so negative 10 and positive 15. All right, and so now I'm going to rewrite this. I've got x squared, and I'm going to write my 5x as negative 10x plus 15x. And then I'll bring down the minus 150. Okay, I've got 4 terms, so I'm going to do my grouping. Common factor here is x. Common factor here, well, let's see, my GCD of 15 and 150. 15 and 150. When you're doing the GCD, you can ignore the negative, and the common factor is 15. So I'm going to put a 15. All right, this is a positive, and so this is going to be positive here. All right, and so now I'm going to divide this out, so I get x times, and when I divide this, I get x. X squared divided by x is x. Divide this, the x goes away, and I get minus 10. And then bring down my GCD here. 15 goes in front. And then divide here, and I get x minus 10. All right, so I've got my x minus 10 is my common factor. And what's left when I divide out the x minus 10s is I've got an x plus 15. All right, and notice if I FOIL this, x times x is x squared. X times 15 is 15x. Minus 10x would be 5x. And then negative 10 times 15 is negative 150. All right, so those are my 2 factors, x minus 10 times x plus 15. Factors are always in parentheses. All right, now sometimes you might just have a binomial here. And so you're just looking at the greatest common factor. All right, so what do they both, the greatest common factor here is, well, they both have an m. Right, so m comes out in front, and then when I divide, the m's cross out, and what's left is 8. And when I divide here, I've got a minus, and then m squared divided by m is m. So that would just be like that. So these would be my 2 factors, m out here by itself, and 8 minus m is the other factor. All right, that's it. Let's see how that goes. Good luck.